Hello everyone, this is Heath Richards, Director of Safety Hunt Transportation here again, coming from our hunt orientation room. Today I wanted to take just a few minutes real quick and show you the importance of making sure we take proper time to inspect our securement equipment. We don't have that luxury of having four walls to hold our freight, so we rely heavily on the equipment that we use every day to ensure that the freight is secured to our trailer and it's not going to go anywhere. So here on the table here, I've got a few different types of securement gear that we carry. We carry several different types, but these are the majority of the ones that we see the most issues with. I'm not saying you have to take all day, but you do need to give a proper amount of time to ensure that your equipment is up to par and legal and is not out of service. So some prime examples are chains. You know, chains we don't use a lot of, but when we do use them, we heavily rely on them because typically we're hauling large machineries and we need those chains to ensure that that freight's not going to go anywhere. Just because you may not have used your chain for the last 3 weeks or 3 months doesn't mean that something didn't happen to that chain. You could have switched loads with another driver and gotten some of their equipment. You could have changed some smaller chains for larger chains from our parts department, and they could have given you one that maybe had a bent link. But at the end of the day, as professional drivers, we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing and that we're fully inspecting all of our gear. Again, our chains, you know, we've got one here that a driver brought to us that had a broken link. The driver said he didn't know he had a broken link. However, unfortunately, the DOT found that link. This could have been prevented by a simple inspection of the chain. I won't spend a lot of time on straps. You know, straps, cuts, tears, frays, you know, those need to be replaced. Winch bars are another one. You know, one thing that I don't think a lot of drivers really spend a lot of time on is a winch bar. But you do really need to look at that winch bar to make sure the welds are still strong, there's no cracks in them. And then also up here at the needle point, we need to really be looking at that. This one right here had a hairline crack that was cracked halfway through, and ultimately when the driver went to use it, he did suffer an injury from it. And so we need to make sure that we're actually looking at our winch bars. Some chain extensions. As you know, we've been trying out the flat hooks, but we still have some chain extensions on our 4-inch straps. They come in handy. A lot of drivers will use these to help for short chains, but still, we got to inspect them. This driver here, if you noticed, they never noticed the rubbing, not only on the chain link, but also on the hook. That's something that should have been thrown away and not put back on the truck. Another chain here, we see the clevis hook here has been wore down, probably from rubbing against the stake pocket while it's secure. That one right there should have easily been inspected. Can you get a chain too tight? That's the $1,000,000 question. Depends on who you ask in the industry. Some will say no, some will say yes. The honest answer is yes, you can tighten a chain too tight. We've got a couple examples right here. This is a grade 73/8 hook, brand new. Driver felt that he didn't have his chains tight enough. He said that you can never get them too tight, and essentially what he did was he stress fractured this hook, deeming it useless. Another chain that he did, a little bit worse result, it broke. So you want to make sure that your chains are snug, that they're not going to go anywhere, but you don't want to get them violin tight to where they end up snapping. So again, please take the added time to ensure your equipment is up to par, it's in good working order. If it's not, and you need to get it replaced out on the road, please contact your fleet department. We'll get you to a truck stop or to a dealership where we can get you that equipment. If you've got extra, throw it to the side or throw it away. Come visit our parts department and we'll issue out new equipment. But again, let's all do each other a favor and make sure we take the time to properly inspect our equipment, because again, this equipment is what's holding that freight on the trailer and protecting us and the motoring public. So be safe, have fun, and we'll see you down the road, drivers.